Good morning, dear students. In this video lecture, I will be teaching you expansion of powers of binomials and trinomials. Before understanding expansion of powers, let me first tell you about what is binomial and trinomial. The word binomial means two terms. Here, this bi means two, this nomial means terms. This tri means three, this nomial means terms. So here we are going to learn the expansion of two terms and three terms separately or maybe together depending upon the questions. Now what is this terms called? If you remember in class 7, 8, I have taught you what are terms. What are terms? And how do we identify the terms? So, before understanding these terms, I would also like to tell you or just take you back to 8th class and ask you what is variables and what is constants. These two terms you must have read, and I hope all of you may be remembering. Now the constants or the variables are like a symbol such as ABC representing unspecified numbers. A symbol ABC XYZ, a symbol ABCD representing unspecified number is called variables. These are called variables. X, Y, Z, alpha, beta, gamma, these all are called unspecified numbers. Indirectly we call it as variable. Why it is called unspecified? Because if we solve numerical problems, different values of a we will be getting in different questions. Like in question number 1 we may get a is equal to 5, in another question we may get b is equal to 7, b is equal to 6. In one question I may get x is equal to 5, in another question I may get x is equal to 4.5. if I solve various numbers where we are having x by z symbol, so that is why it is called variables. Now second one is a symbol whose values are fixed. A symbol whose values are fixed is called constant. I hope you all understood the word constant and whose values are fixed. For an example, you take pi. Pi is 3.14. Take number 2, 3, 1, 0. All these are symbols only. They are digits. They are symbols. Different designs. So they will be called as constant because these values are not going to change anywhere. It will remain always same. So that is why these are called variables. These are called constants and these are called variables. A combination of constants and variables only with the help of multiplication or division is called as terms. Like if I write 2a, this is what? This is one term. If I write 3xy, this is again another term, you can say. This is also one term. If I say x upon y, this is one term. Or you say 3x upon y, all these are one term. These are one terms only. So what did I say? The definition that a combination of constants and variables connected by operations of multiplication and division is called terms. Here I have to make one correction, my dear students. This y will never come in denominator. That variables, like I can write 3x upon 5, here 3x y upon 2. The numbers constant should be in the denominator. This denominator should always be having a constant value. It should not be having any variable value. If it is there, then that number will not be called as terms. These are called terms. But if I write 3x upon y, this is not a term. If I write 3xy upon z square, this is not a term. In algebra, it is not called as term. So if it is written in the numerator form with the variables and constant should be in the denominator, then only it will be called as term. Now algebraic expression. A combination of constants and variables, a combination of constants and variables together with the help of plus, minus, division or multiplication, with the help of these operations, with the help of mathematical operation, is called algebraic expression. A combination of constant and variable together with the help of these symbols, these four symbols, is called as algebraic expression. Like x plus y, this is one algebraic expression. Here how many terms are there? Term 1, here term 2. Now another like xyz plus 2, this is again one term in which this is again one algebraic expression in which these three symbols together is called as one term. This is called the second term. Now if I write xyz minus 3, then again same thing. This is one term, this is second term, separated by minus, multiplication is there. So you may be wondering that why I told you about algebraic expression, which I have already taught you, all this chapter in class 8. So to make you understand, to make you clear here, that with the basics of algebraic expression only, we are going to see binomials and trinomials and their expansion. Now I will be telling you what is the meaning of expansion and how do we expand any numbers. Now expanding any number, expansion I have to tell, then I will be moving on to our topic. Expanding, if I have to multiply, if I have to expand 2, 3 plus 1, okay, this is one number, 2 bracket 3 plus 1. According to BODMAS rule, first I have to solve the bracket part, so I can write 2 multiplied with 3 plus 1, 4, which will be equal to 8, correct? This is the expansion. This is the expansion of this number has been written, and we are making it small. Now if I want, can I write like this, 3 plus 1, can I expand like this, 2 multiplied by 3 plus 2 into 1 multiplied with this number, then this multiplied with this, and plus symbol will remain. So this is called distributive property. Distributive property I have used here and I have multiplied. So I got 3 2s are 6 plus 1 2, that is 8. Here also I got 8, here also I got 8. So these two are equal. Understood? So this is the meaning of expansion of any numbers. If I have 3 plus 1 multiplied with 3 plus 1 2 times, for an example. So what I will write? 3 plus 1, 4 multiplied by 3 plus 1, that is 16. Understood? Now if I go by distributive property, this was just using BODMAS rule. This was using BODMAS rule. BODMAS rule. It's BODMAS rule, not BADMAS rule. Okay, BODMAS rule, bracket of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Now if I go by distributive property, then how we are going to multiply? 3 will be multiplied with 3, then 3 will be multiplied with 1. So 3 multiplied with 3 plus 3 multiplied with 1. Then this 1 will be multiplied with 3, then again 1 will be multiplied with 1. 1 multiplied by 3 plus 1 multiplied with 1. So 3 3s are 9 plus 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3 plus 1. 9 plus 3 12 plus 3 15 plus 1 16. So what I want to make you understand here is that whatever method we apply, we will be getting same answers. Either we use BODMAS rule or we use distributive property, we will be getting same answers. Now to understand the powers, here the word power is coming. Here what is the raised power here? It is raised power 1 1. And I remember that I have taught you exponents in class 7, in which I have told you if the numbers are having same base, then their powers will be added. So here in this case the base is same. So can I write like this? 3 plus 1 raised power 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1, that is 3 plus 1 raised power 2. I hope you understood. This is the meaning of expansion of powers. Expansion, I told you, powers means having same base, raised power certain values, and then binomials and trinomial means having two terms. Here we were having one term, here is the another term. Here we are having one term, this is the another term. So 2 term into 2 term, 3 term into 3 term. Like this we will be learning in this exercise in this chapter. Now previously I told 3 plus 1 into 3 like this. If I have told, means we'll take it as new example. So it was 3 multiplied with 4 is equal to 12. Now since these two terms were like terms, they both were constants, so we were able to add and make it into one term. That means 3 plus 1 4. Now if in this place if I have x plus 1, can I be able to add and make it into 1? The answer will be no sir, we can't do. Why? Because this is another variable, this is variable, this is a constant. This is one term, this is other term. Means these two terms are unlike terms. It is a variable sir, it is a constant. So we cannot make it into one term. We cannot compress them together. Like I have compressed them. 3 plus 1 is compressed and is converted into 4. Here I cannot compress and write it as this as x. I cannot write this as x. This whole I cannot write as x. So here what I have to do? Here I will be multiplying with this and then I will be multiplying with this. So it will be 3x plus 3. So this is the meaning of expansion. This was in one term. Now I have separated this. I have segregated this. Now if I have like x plus y multiplied with 4. So I will be multiplying with this x and then again I will be multiplying with y. So 4 into x plus 4 into y. So this is the meaning of expansion. If I have 3x plus y multiplied with x minus y. So how I will multiply? First I will multiply with this. Then again I will multiply with this. Again I will multiply with this. Again I will multiply with this. So if you see, it is like 3x multiplied with x. Then minus sign is here. Plus 3x multiplied with minus y. So 3x multiplied with minus y. Plus y multiplied with x. Then plus y multiplied with minus y. So it will be minus into minus. Now 3x square minus 3xy plus y into x means you can directly write xy so that it will look like same terms, and then y square. So it will be 3x square minus 3x minus this means minus plus minus 2xy minus y square. So this is the meaning of expansion of the terms. I hope it is clear. How you are going to see, you need not worry about this minus plus. You have to see the numbers and the sign in front of it. In front of this number it is plus 3x. In front of this again it is plus x. So plus 3x into plus x will be equal to, like this we will write. Then plus 3x multiplied with minus, plus into minus is minus. So I will put the minus sign and then write this. Then plus y into plus x. Again I wrote plus into plus is plus. Here plus y into minus y will be minus, and by y 2 times I will write, and then easily I can get the symbols. I can get the plus minus values. So need not worry about where to put plus, where to put minus, because I have seen out of my experience, I am saying that the students get confused with the plus minus sign. They will have all these values. They will write this also correct, this they will write correct, this also they will write correct. But here they make mistakes. Some of them may write plus, some of them may write minus, some of them will write plus, some of them will write minus. If you write plus and minus, your answer will be wrong. If you write minus plus, then also your answer will be wrong. If you write both the sign as minus in this case, then only you will get full marks. You will get full marks and your solution will be correct. Dear students, I have told you to write down the expansion formulas that were given in our book. Some of the formulas that I will be writing here. Rest already, I hope all of you must have written in your classwork copy, and do memorize it, all the formulas, so that it will help you while calculating the sums. Like a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Now how this formula came, if you want to study, I can write like a plus b into a plus b 2 times. Again I will multiply a plus a, this into this into this, which means it will be a plus ab plus ab plus b square, or if you want to add directly you can write it as 2ab. I hope it is clear. If I am having a minus b whole square, then a square minus 2ab plus b square. How I will get a minus b into a minus b? This you can see. A multiplied with a multiplied with minus b multiplied with b multiplied with b. So a into a. Then you see a plus a is multiplied with minus b. So plus minus minus. Then here minus b into a minus ba. Minus into minus plus b into b. Now you see a square minus ab will be minus 2ab plus b square. I hope these two terms are equal. You all can understand how I have mentioned, how I have derived these two small expansions. Actually not derived, I have just shown you how it is represented. Now in the same way, if you have other terms like, right now I am talking about binomials only. In the next upcoming lectures, I will be discussing about trinomials. Now the next one you may see like x plus 1 by x expansion. So the first term means, if you understand, x plus 1 by x multiplied with x plus 1 by x, correct? So first term multiplied with first term multiplied with last, second term multiplied with first, second term multiplied with last. So it will be x into x plus x into 1 by x plus 1 by x into x plus 1 by x into 1 by x, which means x square plus x cancelled. So 1 plus 1 2 plus 1 by x square. So this will be the formula, direct formula for this. In your paper, no need to write this thing. If you are provided with this, you are asked to write the formula directly, you can write this. No need of showing these two lines. This is only for you to understand that how we are writing. Now suppose with the negative parts you all practice at your home, what will be its formula, you write. This is your homework, okay, how to write in these two methods. Now with the above, with the explanation that I gave you, some of the questions that you may be able to solve is exercise 1, question number 1, subpart C. I will be discussing here. A and B are very easy. So expand the following squares. How to expand? If you see here, 2x plus 1 by x is given. We have to expand the squares of this. Squares of this means you will first write 2x plus 1 by x whole square, because they are asking to write the expansion of this. So if you want, you can write like this, 2x first term square. If you remember the formula for x plus 1 by x square, it was like x square plus 2 into 1 by x into x, or you write x into 1 by x plus 1 by x square, is it? So in the same way you consider this as one term. So first term square plus 2 into first term 2x into 1 by x plus last term square. So if you will write, it will be like 4x square, 2 2s are 4 and x square, 2 2s are 4, x cancelled, so 4 plus 1 by x square. So this will be your answer. Now question number 2, if you see, question number 2, if you see, expand the following. Expand the following in B part I am taking. 3y minus 2z square. So how you are going to expand? This is again very easy. First term 3y plus, you write whatever may be the sign here. If it is plus, if it is minus, leave it. No need to take tension, no need to worry about this minus and plus. Ultimately you will get the correct answer. First you write first number square plus 2 into first term, that is 3y, into second term. What is my second term? Here it is minus of 2z, minus of 2z, plus last term, plus what is my last term? Minus 2z. So minus 2z square. No need to think about this minus or plus. Everywhere you write plus and copy the numbers. Finally you will get the correct answer. For an example, 3 3s are 9. For an example I am solving here 9. Then this you my plus into minus will be minus. 3 2s are 6, 2s are 12, yz. Then plus into minus will be minus, but take care, see here it is minus of 2 whole square. So square of any negative number will always be positive. So it will become 4z square and plus will remain because this is minus. So if you will expand, it will become 4z square. So plus 4z square you will write. So in this way you have to read slowly and try to understand and then solve your numerical problem. Now expand the squares. Question number 3, subpart D. They are asking to expand the squares of a square minus 1 by a square, and then above this they are writing whole square. Now if you want, either you follow this method or now you will multiply this number with this number with this, like first odd inner last. First you have to multiply with odd, this will be multiplied with this will be multiplied with this. Okay, leave that. Now you see like this, or if you want, if you know the formula, directly you can write a square whole square. This is my first term square, plus I told you 2 multiplied with first term multiplied with second term. What is my second term here? It is minus 1 by whole square, plus I told multiply minus 1 by a whole square. Is it? I hope you understood. This was my first term. So first term is square plus 2 into a into b, first term into second term, plus this. Now you will get a raised power 4 plus into minus a square cancelled. So I got 2. This minus 1 square will be positive 1. Positive 1 means positive 1 into a square raised power 4. I hope it is clear. Please do read again and again so that you can understand. Now question number 5. A I will be discussing here. It is given if a plus 1 by a is equal to 2, then find a square plus 1 by a square. So it is very easy. To find the value of this, what you can do, first you write a plus 1 by a, squaring both side you write, squaring both side. This is given a plus 1, this is equal to 2 whole square, this side also squaring. Now if you expand this, it will be equal to a square plus 2 plus 1 by a square, this is equal to 4. Now a square plus 1 by a square is equal to 4 minus 2. That means 2. A square plus 1 by a square. I hope in this way you will be able to solve all the sums. The questions are very easy in your exercise. Do practice and complete the question up to question number 5 in your homework copy, and whatever I have taught you right now here in this video lecture, please write it in your classwork copy, so that once the school reopen, I will be able to check your copy and rectify you if there is any mistake. Thank you.